Yes, hello. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Isaac Chung. I'm Isaac 감독, and very very nice to speak with Korean audiences as always. I'm very excited. I think the show is unique for young people who will have a new entry into the Star Wars universe. So I think it's a very exciting show. It's very fun, and it was a lot of fun to make. So now that it's coming out, it's a very good feeling. I think George Lucas invented a world and concepts that are very universal, a sort of place that has much adventure and action and an interesting storyline that allows people to talk about good versus evil, about good and evil that exists in all of us. It also is a story that's a coming of age story in many ways, all of the stories that we see within Star Wars. So somehow George Lucas was very brilliant in coming up with this idea. And I feel that fans were so enthusiastic about the original Star Wars that all the creators within the Star Wars universe were able to continue to build on that world. And it's been a nice relationship between fans and the creators. I relate to all of them in some way or another, but as I was watching the episodes we premiered yesterday, I was thinking that maybe I am a little bit more like Neil, because he just wants to make sure that nobody is fighting. He's very easy to get along with. I feel like when I'm directing, that tends to be my style. That I'm just making sure that we're all balanced and we're working together. It's a very fun, nice sort of way to work, because a lot of directors are very solitary. We tend to be like lone wolves in many ways. So this is a chance for all of us to get together and work on something together. I respect all of those directors so much. I've been very big fans of all of them. So to be able to be on set with them together, to think about how to make this story unique and interesting, it's a way to learn together. So I found it to be a nice challenge in a way. Like it's something that helped me to grow and learn as a filmmaker. So I don't want to give too many spoilers. My episode has a very important story beat to it, plot-wise. And it's a very important moment for Jude Law's character as well, and for the parents. I think I directed the children the least of all the directors, to be honest. So it was interesting to focus a little more on the adults in my episode. Oh, that's a good question. I guess in general, what I've always liked about Star Wars is there's a moment for Luke Skywalker in episode 4 of the original trilogy where he's watching the 2 moons and he's dreaming about getting off the planet. Also in this show, all of the young people, in many ways, they're dreaming of leaving this planet, especially Wim, the main character. And when I was growing up, I very much wished that I could leave the countryside and go to somewhere that's more adventurous. So that was a very big personal thing for me. Wim talks about adventure and the adventure that they went on in my episode, and they reflect about what this adventure has meant for them. And yeah, I think about my own adventure now that I have left and in a very different place. So maybe that's the most personal. For me, the inspiration is always looking at the world in itself. I take a lot of walks. I take a lot of pictures. I try to just look at the world, spend time with people, and I find that all the beauty is there. And I realize I'm doing that more now than before. In the past, I used to study movies a lot, but I now kind of feel like all the inspiration has to come from real life. I don't really have any secrets. I feel like I've been very lucky, to be honest. I've been so lucky that all the actors I've worked with have been really wonderful. Some of the best actors in the world. Yoon Yeo-jung 선생님 is truly, she's such a special person, and she's so good at acting. And I honestly felt a similar way with Jude Law working this time. There are many things that he would do that I could just see that he's been working at this for a long time, and that he is truly a professional, while at the same time making everything feel so real and emotional. What he does is very precise, technical, but also very emotional. And it's rare to see actors who have that level of craft. I'm really fortunate for that. Right now, I do feel I am enjoying science fiction. I think I will do science fiction next. I guess I felt I had to do it. Many people gave me the advice to don't do that. Even people in the film industry gave me the advice, don't do this. And I did not follow that advice. I just couldn't follow the advice. Somehow I just had to try it. I had to do it. So there was something inside that was a deep hunger. And I remember I thanked my professor who introduced me to filmmaking when I was in college, the one who is very much a big reason for why I decided not to go to medical school and to pursue film. And I told him that I wanted to thank him for letting me find my calling in life. And he gave a quote that he was quoting Pascal. You were looking for me because you had already found me. In other words, he was saying that this thing, I was searching for this, but I had really already had found it. That's why I was searching. So I really don't know how to describe it. It was something inside of me, and I can only say that I do feel like I was called to it, but at the same time, yeah, I was clearly in that search for it as well. And it's not an easy craft. It's not an easy calling. I'm sure you know as a writer that it's very unstable work, the thing that we do to try to do creative work. But I'm sure you find passion in what you're doing as well. I think it's important to follow those things that are in our hearts, that are really driving us. Yeah, I hope anyone else doing that they will have a similar adventure as I had. It makes life so interesting when you follow your heart. 궁금하면 넣어서 ESQUIRE 검색해